Yeah, I couldn't sleep. Yeah, I know I'm dressed like a grand wizard, but you know what's not grand? Rape, I think. So I was doom scrolling while I was trying to go to sleep, and I saw information regarding the new game Eugenics. And now the game is made by a guy that, typically makes games I enjoy. So I'm a little conflicted making this video, but at the exact same time, I'm kind of not, because it's just weird. This is kind of like one of those things where you learn how certain animals are killed, and then suddenly you don't want to eat burgers from a food joint just because you just saw all the grotesque ways you said these animals are killed, so you can get you a big double Big Mac from Mickey D's. And I'm not necessarily coming at the creator or anything like that. Mostly because I get the person that I'm going to be talking about is pretty big regarding their internet presence and their impact. I don't know any other way to phrase it. Culturally on the internet, they are the most documented person on the internet. Today we're going to be talking about Chris Chan, and apparently they had their own cameo in Mewgenics. Now, if you don't know who Chris Chan is, holy shit. For one, good on you. But as well, they raped their mom. I'm putting it bluntly, they raped their mom. And they were released from prison because they also had autism. I'm not even joking. That's the clown world we're living in. But this isn't new, and this isn't new news. This has been this was I think back all the way in 2023. But before they did this to their mother, they had the red flags were there.
So Chris, being Chris, telling the truth all the time, he's admitted that him and his mother spoon on his bed frequently. Chris has also said that he has had a dream about Barb. And in this dream, Barb is an Egyptian belly dancer.
That's more than enough.
He once upon a time, the first call, before he told us about the belly dancer, whenever we wanted him to recite this again for prosperity moment, he said that he dreamed about sex with his mother and nutted the bed.
This in and of itself is definitely a red flag, to say the least, but 6 years later, Chris took to Facebook to give his thoughts on an article about a mother and son relationship, saying, "Who among everyone in the world has not had a dream of being with one of their parents? Never acting on them ever, I, myself, did have dreams of being with my mother. Although it is quite a controversial topic, there are circumstances where there would be not so much harm as one may think, feel, or believe. Plus, this offers a chance for better teaching the child how to better satisfy their eventual partners." And these are by no means the only instances of Chris expressing this. In a tweet of his from 2019, which he posted while role-playing as one of his OCs called Mewgenics, he said, "Admittedly, a waifu I had long ago, while they were still developing before Christine came around, were Robert and Barbara. Barbara was more of a guilty pleasure waifu, while Robert was quite a successful model, amongst others in Dimension 1218. However delusion-fueled this may be, and as hard to take it seriously as it is, this is still clearly an indicator of Chris's headspace."
On one hand, I really don't want to, I'm trying not to flame, the maker of Mewgenics. It's just, it's you're giving credit to a guy that, did such a despicable act, and he's on Twitter even talking about, how proud he is of being able to feature in something so incredible, and is even goading people to try to find all of his cameos within the game. And look, I know X isn't a great place to go and look for humanity or people trying to do the right thing or think the right things or act just in any sort of capacity. But if you you look into his comment section, you see that there's not a lot of negativity there. And that's just insane to me. It's almost like everybody is his lawyer, where he's or she's autistic. He can't do no wrong. Let's just get him. Let's just let him do his thing. Let's let him do his thing. He doesn't know what's going on. He thinks he's in an intergalactic dimension. He sees the veil of the universe, and he can interact with fictional beings. I don't know. It's just kind of weird. It's just kind of fucked up. Like, I'm all for being edgy. Like, I like edgy. Edgy is some of the humor I find the funniest sometimes. But I don't think this is just a matter of edge. I just don't think it could just be chalked up, this is just edgy humor. Dude actually raped his, like, mother with dementia. Like, and I think, regarding back to, like, where he was like talking about it with one of over an email. He explained that he would do it like every third night of the week, and I think he did it up to like 10 times to her. Like, it's a really, really gross subject to talk about, and I'm not like I'm laughing uncomfortably because it's a very uncomfortable thing to talk about. But I wanted to talk about it because I don't like the idea of this part of his history or her history. I'm sorry, I genuinely don't know. Their history being forgotten. I don't want to claim to be like the arbiter of morality or anything, but like I feel like we need to have more lines, or at least I think we should at least remind people, be like, hey, we probably shouldn't give this guy his extra fight. Like, he's already famous for a lot of bad shit. I'm gonna just start saying they. I keep getting tripped up. I just don't know. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I don't care to honestly be respectful to somebody like them, but at the same time, not getting it right disrespects more people than them. But I do hope at the very least they get, their voice lines and whatnot revoked, and their credit in the game revoked. I don't know if you can just simply do that by removing the voice lines, legally speaking. I don't know. But it just kind of sucks because this game actually, I haven't bought it. I'm kind of reluctant to buy it now. Knowing this, I was going to, but now I am kind of reluctant. But I really I liked his past games that he made. The same guy that made this game made Binding of Isaac and Super Meat Boy. 2 games I had a lot of fun playing growing up. So I do want this to succeed to its fullest potential, but at the same exact time, I don't want to support, even by proxy, somebody who would do such disgusting things. I know this is more of a heavier video than I, typically do, but oh my god. I haven't really been seeing. I saw one post about it. One post out of like thousands. Everybody else is pretty much glazing it, and it's probably because it's a quality game, but I've only seen one post bring up that like correlation. And I know them appearing is in the grand scheme of things, it's not super like shocking because so many famous names appear into this game as cameos in one way of another. I think this is probably one that shouldn't have an impact into your game. But who knows? Let me know what you think. If you disagree, let me know. And well, yeah. Good night and thanks for or good morning and thanks for listening.